Hello Pisces, this is your reading for March. I'm using my own tarot cards, my black and white duality tarot deck. And in the first row it looks pretty good. We have acceptance, right, air and growth. And the air card here gives me the feeling that this is you. You have invested probably a lot of energy into something or someone. It could also, in a positive way, stand for some mental energy, a lot of mental processes, thinking going on, which doesn't always have to be negative, like overthinking. And you know what I mean, when just this excessive thinking becomes very burdening. That's not what I mean. Sometimes thinking can be very useful. Maybe you figured out some kind of plan, and we have the growth card next to it. So it could be that during March you might start to see some results, some growth in whatever you have invested into. Or even, if it's a relationship, there might be some growth, some movement forwards. Then we have acceptance and right. That's actually the two cards that the reading starts with. And this is just you, maybe whatever you're doing or planning to do, you might just feel like you're really tapping into the right thing. Like something within you might open very quickly and bring some kind of emotional relief, and maybe even some results will be seen very quickly as well, which then is just a confirmation that this might be the right thing or the right person. With this acceptance card, it radiates a lot of joy, happiness, some kind of freedom. I'm not even feeling that this is, in that sense, some kind of acceptance that you were first resisting something. I don't feel that here. It seems like you started to work on something, a situation, project, or a relationship, and it feels just right to you. Yet in the second row there are some not so nice cards coming up. We have no, death, ego, and resistance. And I said earlier, with the acceptance card, I have a feeling that this resistance might not necessarily be something that you've felt before you had to come into this state of acceptance. I'm just realizing that accidentally I pulled two cards. These are the copies of the original drawings for my cards, and I went to the copy shop, made all the copies, and just cut it out on thin paper. And sometimes that happens that I'm pulling two cards, and actually I think it's not a coincidence, because below this resistance we have totality. And both of these cards together give me the feeling that the resistance card is someone else. Someone might resist you moving into that great energy. Not that this person, for some of you it could be that this person just doesn't want you to be happy or successful, but it could also for others just mean that this person might not just understand what you're doing, if this is a kind of hobby or new profession. That, sometimes maybe this person is older than you, another generation, and then they are like, what is this kid doing there? This can't be the right thing. And they might resist it a little bit, even though they don't wish any harm on you. There is something about that. This is another person. But you anyway will jump into this, whatever it is for you, entirely, in totality. Because as I said, it just feels right to you. With the no card and death together, it could be that for a while things haven't worked out for you. Like you were standing in front of these blocked doors. It could be that suddenly something you have tried several times will suddenly finally work out. Or you leave everything that didn't work out behind, try something entirely new, and that thing doesn't suddenly works. And with the death card, this is you throwing something out of your life, some self-doubts, or just this stage where nothing has worked anymore. You're just saying goodbye to it. I know it's not always easy. Sometimes we work hard on things and they just don't work out. And then we would like to just throw this stage of our life away, but maybe during this stage you made some realization, you learned some stuff about yourself, about people, society, whatever. But it seems like this state of your life, or this stage of your life might be over, and you might be, very happy about that. We have the ego card here as well, and it could be that if this is a job situation for you, maybe this was your kind of job environment and you had a contract that you couldn't, immediately get out of, but now might be the time, so you're saying goodbye to that. This king here could have been your boss, like someone who enjoyed people arguing, or if it's a parent, like someone who is manipulating their children, the siblings, to envy each other or fight each other, and then they are very, spiteful and sadistic about it. So this could have been some kind of situation that you were in that you can say goodbye to now during March, and you just jump away from this external resistance, people who don't want you to be free in some way. Like you're just gliding out of it, utterly happy and sure that this is the right path for you. At the bottom of the deck, we have spring. And of course, spring is coming. It's March, and so this card is quite obvious, but of course, metaphorically, spring is bringing in warmth, it is bringing in growth, and we have the growth card here. New stuff is being born, so it could be for some of you that maybe you have tried several things in your life and they never came to the amount of success that you wished, and now you suddenly have a completely new idea and it will grow quickly, literally this spring when you started. Spring could also mean that maybe some of you might expect a child, become a parent during March. There's something about that as well. It just feels quite good. There's a renewal, there's growth, there's a new birth, a new arrival of something or someone. Below that we have destiny. So as I said, it could just feel super right. Everything and during this month, like everything just seems like this is the right path, this is the right situation for you. Okay, so I'm gonna put that book here, and then I'm gonna use my lifestyle tarot deck. If there's something health related coming up, of course, this is just a tarot reading. You'd rather rely on your doctor than on any tarot reading. So let's see what's coming for you. Protein, so maybe some of you are either having too much or not enough protein. Something, the lungs card just flipped out. Jumped out, I mean. So this could just mean that we have air here as well, so this goes pretty well together. Maybe it's just a slight warning to beware of some kind of infections during March. Dress properly, protect yourself. If you smoke, maybe that's also something that you might reduce during March or stop. Next one. Candle. Candle gives warmth, light. Candles are very comfortable, romantic, so maybe they might just help you during March. Lift your mood. Last one. Alcohol. Okay, so maybe for some of you, especially, you know, there was December with Christmas, there was January with New Year's Eve, and there's February with Pisces birthday. Maybe there was just too much alcohol in the last weeks or months, so this is just a reminder that maybe during March it could be good to detox from alcohol. We have the pig jumping out. Those are my sarcastic animal messages. They feed me well just to eat me later. Who is that? This is you. Maybe these people or the situation, whatever it was for you, was just that they treated you nice in the beginning, but as soon as you got sucked in, they started to, like, their behavior towards you started to shift. With this ego card here. Like someone pretending to be good, kind towards you, benevolent, but then as soon as you open up and trust, this person completely shifts their personality. Next one, hippo. I'm a hypocrite, okay. So this person that you might have dealt with, again, together with this ego card here, I mean, someone who's preaching a lot that they just themselves don't live up to. Making false promises. The hippo card could also be your energy, but not in that sense that you're a hypocrite, but let's just look at the hippo as someone with very thick skin. So maybe you are growing that very thick skin now. And we have the eel. I'm shook. This could be someone around you who is shocked that you find your own freedom and free yourself from a situation, or maybe even from this particular person, because they were used to you sticking around, doing what they want. But suddenly you find this kind of self-sufficiency, and this might shock them. Also, the eel could be your energy in a very sarcastic way, that this is your response, that maybe someone, when they see that you are starting to have success on your own with something, and you don't depend on them anymore, and they might want to scare you to pull you back in, you know, use your fear so that you will feel like you're dependent on them again. Sometimes people do that, and they try to scare us, use scare tactics. And they might tell you something, blackmail you emotionally, and then as a response you will just sarcastically say, oh, I'm so shook, like, or oh, now I'm so frightened. Like, this is also a vibe that I'm getting. You just don't care. And, you know, not fall for anything anymore. So this is all I have for you. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.